Hello there, everybody. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, so I figured I would make one and just kind of show you what I've been busy on. Put together this greenhouse, and we started all our own veggies in the greenhouse. Are tomatoes and peppers. There's about 30 tomato plants, and I don't know how many peppers, bell peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, poblanos, you name it, they're all in there. We hauled all this in from Wasilla, had a whole trailer load full of horse manure and topsoil, and moved that in there to make some raised rows to get that going. Got the garden going. It's going pretty good, especially the cabbage, kohlrabi, Brussels sprouts, stuff like that. Squash not doing too good. Got my 1,000-gallon water tank hooked up, and we filled all of these planters up with soil and manure, and got about half of them used right now. 16-foot trailer over here is what we had, probably 3 feet tall of manure and soil on, and Shanna and I shoveled that out using a tote because we don't have a wheelbarrow or anything yet, and I plan on using my riding mower or four-wheeler and a dump cart, but it had a flat tire on it. Other than that, I built this chicken coop for our baby chicks. They're about 9 weeks old or so. Got this window next door from a neighbor's place and put that in there. Installed this electric chicken fence. Not so much to keep the chickens in, but to keep predators out, mainly neighbor dogs or coyotes or whatever might want to come up. Here's all our chicks. There's 9 of them. 2 right there, the yellow one and the red one, those are color pack chickens, and they will end up laying a blue or green egg, but I'm thinking the yellow one may be a rooster, not sure. Some of the black ones are what's called dominant copper breeds, and they have feathers on their feet. I don't know if you can see that. And I think about 4 of those, and they are a cross of a black copper Moran and a barred rock female, I believe. And they'll lay about 290 eggs a year. And this gorgeous girl here, we call her Sapphire. She's a blue sapphire. And they're going crazy now. Let's see. This one here is a silver laced Sussex. Also lays a brown egg. All of these are brown eggs except for the 2 color packs. And a couple of these here, they are black sex links. Also a brown egg layer. Hey girls! Hey girls! See on the black sex link, the hens have red around their neck. I think they're part Rhode Island red, maybe. You can see a little bit more on this one here. It doesn't have feathers on her feet, so that's the black sex link. Said I think this color pack here may be a rooster. She's about 2 weeks younger than the others. We had a Rhode Island red that ended up dying on us, and someone gave us a couple of the color packs. So they don't get a comb on their head. They have a tuft of hair that stays up there. So that makes them a little bit different. Doing a deep litter method in here in the coop using mulch from the chipper shredder, mainly from all the willows that we got here, and a combination of some spruce shavings in there. Got them a couple of roosts up here, but I still need to get their laying boxes done. They're really good foragers, and they've cut down on what they eat in half once I've got the electric fence up to allow them to go out and roam and forage as much as they can. And we got a coat of paint on the coop yesterday. We ended up picking up I wanted a blue color anyway. It's got a blue metal roof on it. But this was a mist tint that we got. I think it was a $55 gallon of paint we got for 15 bucks at Lowe's. So that was a good deal. And today I've been just out with the weed eater. Put a brush cutting blade on the weed eater, and I'm clearing a spot to build a storage building with a lean-to on each side of it. The storage building is going to be 10 by 16 with a lean-to, same length, 16 foot by about 10 foot wide on each side of that. Anyway, this area back here was just covered in willows, and kind of like it is through here. I've been back here with the chainsaw, not chainsaw, but weed eater and my new brush cutting blade, just whacking down all of these willows, getting this area cleared here. Used to be a cabin back here somewhere. Over here, this is all just a solid bed of gravel right here. There's a driveway with a culvert already installed there. It'd be a perfect place for me to put a storage building back here. So that's what I've been busy with lately. Still plenty more to go. Got the chipper shredder, and that thing works like a champ. We've shredded up one big pile that we had back behind the house. We got caught on the first snow. It was 18 inches of snow, and it melted, turned into ice while I was in the hospital at the end of last September, early up part of October. So we were stuck with that pile of brush there all year long and couldn't do anything about it. So we got all that and put all that we could through the chipper shredder, and put it back here where we park and where we walk, just to try to cover up a lot of the mud. It's there. Here you can see all through here we just shredded, chipped up all big pile of brush that we had. Anyway, it made a huge difference. You can put all these wood chips and everything through here. It really mostly eliminate our mud issue. We still got a lot more area that we can do, and hopefully later in the season we'll be hauling in some gravel. There's a gravel pit the state has here about 2 or 3 miles away, and it's fairly cheap to go down there and get it. I think it's $1.50 a yard, cubic yard, with a $80 permit fee or something like that. But we don't have a way to really get it except just shovel it in, shovel it out, and without paying somebody to do it. So that's probably what we're going to be doing, is bringing in a lot of gravel. Cleared this area out pretty good. Still got some stumps here I need to figure out a way to get them up. And I'm gonna hopefully this year be building a wood shed right here where we can put all our firewood in it under a roof and put the wood splitter in. Be able to split wood regardless of the weather. Have one side maybe for the seasoned wood, another side for any green wood, depending on what we can get. I've got several, I think 3 fairly large down trees that I can go and harvest off our property that fell down last fall. So they've been dead for, it'll be a year. They've been falling but not cut up or split anything. So anyway, just trying to get our garden together, getting the chicken coop, getting some things built, try to grow some of our own food. We started everything from seed inside. So far we planted beans and onions from bulbs, potatoes, had a bunch of squash here, and it's not doing, squash and cucumbers, it's not doing good yet. There are a bunch of blooms on some of the plants there, so they're doing good. Cabbage doing good, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi, broccoli, it's all doing really well. Over here I planted a bunch of potatoes, but my tiller did not do such a great job on getting rid of the weeds. Probably should have sprayed it with some Roundup or something before I planted, but I didn't. So potatoes are there. If they come up, they come up. If they don't, they don't. So it is what it is. Some leeks planted. They're doing pretty good along here. Started them all from seed. And got them all going. Got a couple raspberry plants down there. We still got to plant some carrots and radishes. That's what we're going to do back in that back portion over there. And this part here, got some beans planted here. It's so rocky right here that I don't know if it's going to come up or not. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, that's not a big deal. Really, people tell me like beans and squash should be in a greenhouse here, but we only had so much room in a greenhouse, and I probably overdid it with tomatoes and the peppers. Probably have way too many of both, but it's a couple of things I really like eating out of the garden. And there's blooms on the tomatoes. They're blooming out. Need to get them trellised up. And some of the pepper plants are just loaded with blooms. Some of the bell peppers over there, they got blooms and fruit starting to form on them as well. Jalapenos, cayenne, you name it. I got so many different kinds of peppers over there. We'll see what they produce and what they don't. And I just kind of looked at like this year would just be an experimental year. We'll get to know kind of what we can and can't grow. Got some dill there, some cilantro, some basil, some parsley, oregano, thyme, a couple tomato plants over there, and then a bunch of greens and lettuce, kale, spinach, Swiss chard that we seeded just a few days ago over there. So I'm going out and watering them about twice a day for them to germinate, and hopefully we'll be eating off of those the rest of the summer. So anyway, what we've been doing here, I guess I worked Shanna a little too hard yesterday on painting. She's inside, take it easy day, having some issues with her allergies. So anyway, enjoying the chickens, and hopefully in another few weeks we should start getting some eggs. I can see they're already trying to lay and nest up. I thought one was missing the other day, and ended up found her underneath the coop where she had wallowed out of place and hiding into there. So but We haven't had any trouble with any predators, any neighborhood dogs or anything like that yet. Haven't seen any eagles. There have been some ravens, which are a protected species. Here they're a migratory bird and they're protected in Alaska, I guess everywhere, federally and state protected. But anyway, just enjoying the life out in the country. It's fishing season now. The dip netting season has been going for a few weeks. So sometime soon we'll have some videos of us going dip netting and getting our salmon for the year. And we've been enjoying the salmon all year long. Not just the fillets, but the ground salmon that we take off after we do the fillets. Make salmon tacos out of that almost every week. We had some salmon Alfredo last week, and that was pretty good. A little different from what the fettuccine Alfredo Olive Garden does, but it was actually pretty good. Like I said, the salmon tacos are amazing. So anyway, stay tuned, we'll have more.